DJ Metal Craig of Craig's Maelstrom here. I have one of the members of Vomitory with me today. Hey, how's it going? And would you like to introduce yourself and what position you do in the band?
Hello, I am Tobias, the drummer of Vomitory.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time over here at Metal Music Radio and Craig's Maelstrom for this interview today. The first question of the interview is, please go back in the history of Vomitory and how the band all got started.
Well, it started in the band was started in October of 1989 by my big brother Urban, who is still one of the guitarists of Vomitory. I was there in the beginning as well, but not as a full member. I just stepped in to help them out to play their first show, which was in in April of 1990. And that show was actually only cover songs. We played Sodom songs on that show only. Because we were and are still big fans of Sodom. So we did that show, and then we got a lot of more shows, and I kept on helping them out. So I was stuck in the band then after that. So we played a lot of shows, around our area at the youth centers and so on. That was very common back in the day. So we played almost, every weekend somewhere or every other weekend. So quite quickly we gained some live experience, which I think showed pretty early on. And we got a reputation in our area here, but it took us a while to get out of to play the bigger cities of Sweden. But we went there eventually, and then after a while we released the demos like all the bands did back in the days, demo tapes, and later on we also made a 7-inch vinyl EP, which led to some offers from some underground labels, but we didn't. We waited some more until we got in touch with Fadeless Records from the Netherlands, who later released our debut album in 1996. So, yeah, that's basically it.
This next one's a real good one and a bit of a stumper. How did you guys come up with the band name Vomitory?
Well, it was difficult in the beginning to find a suitable name, but I actually got it from the Swedish band Tiamat before.
Tiamat?
Yeah,
I've heard of them.
Yeah, before the pre-Tiamat days, they were called Treblinka, like a pure black metal band, named after one of the concentration camps in Nazi Germany. Never mind. I think it was the bass player, or no, it was one of the band members. Artist name was Emetic. So I looked that up in an English dictionary and found the synonymous word vomitory. So that means something that induces vomiting, which we thought was perfect for us. Back in those days, people weren't really used to this kind of extreme music, not even the metalheads. So we thought it was a fitting name, something that makes you puke. So that's the story behind the band name.
This next one might be a little bit harder to answer. Who designed the Vomitory band logo?
It was originally designed by Christoph Spadiel, and it was modified by me. I did some minor changes to it, to how it looks today. So Christoph Spadiel is he has done a lot of logos through to a lot of bands over the years. I think probably the most famous one is Emperor, I would say, and a bunch of other band logos.
Just so you know, the logo looks absolutely sick and awesome, man.
Cool. Yeah, we still like it, so.
This next one's a real good one. Who's all in the current Vomitory lineup, and what instruments do they play?
It's me on drums, my brother and original member and founding member Urban Gustafsson on guitars, and Peter Östlund on lead guitar, and Erik Rundqvist on bass and vocals. The live setting now is a bit different because Peter has taken some time off from the live duties, so he's being temporarily replaced by Christian Fredriksson on lead guitar. And sometimes when Urban is not available due to work schedule or whatever, Kalle Sundin is filling in for him when we play live.
Okay, that's awesome, man. This next one is probably one of my favorite songs that you guys did. How did you guys come up with the video for Records in the Morgue, and who was the artist used to design it?
Well, it was a lot of DIY, I guess, on a very tight budget. But I think the idea or the script, if you may call it, was made by Eric, our vocalist, bass player. He had the idea of what the story would be like, and he also suggested the location where we filmed it. So yeah, I think most of the ideas from that comes from Eric, and we hired some people from I think it was like a theater school or something in the area to do the makeup for us as well. So yeah.
Just so you know, I really did like that video. It was absolutely sick and awesome.
Cool. One cool thing with that video, the guy who shot it and edited and did it all, he nowadays he's working at a special effects company that did some stuff for I can't remember which one, but it was one of the latest Star Wars movies, which is pretty awesome. So he's credited there in the by the end of the movie. That's pretty cool. His name is Alex. Shit, can't remember his name. Never mind. But that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, it totally is, man. And
yeah, he did the Vomitory video, and then it just went downhill for him.
Yeah, awesome. And I'm sorry if I talked over you a little bit there, but we were getting into things and we got a little bit excited, both of us there. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
This next one's a real good one, though. What are the band's immediate music career goals?
The goals, I don't know really, because we never, we always, ever since the start, we kept our expectations very low, because then you never get disappointed. But back in the days, our first goal, of course, was to get an album deal and release an album. Now we've done 9 albums, and we're working with Metal Blade Records since over 20 years, which is awesome. And I think we set new goals all the time, as we go along. I think that now, when we are back together again as a real band, I mean, we did split up in 2013, and the plan was to never reunite again, but things happened that made us go back together again, and we eventually decided to make a new album, and here we are now. So now I think our goal right now is to make another album and play more festivals and do more tours, and try to play in more countries that we haven't yet played in, which is something that we really appreciate doing. Always want to, tick one off the list, but it's difficult, of course, because of the, it's it has to work financially, of course, with all the travels and everything. So, but I think that's our goal right now, to make a new album and play more new countries, I would say.
And when you guys mentioned the touring, hopefully when you guys get a chance to, you'll come up to Canada and Winnipeg, Manitoba, where I live, for a show at some point.
Yeah, we will definitely want to go to Canada again. We did 4 shows in Canada in 2019, but on the East Coast. So we did Toronto, Montreal, what was it more? Quebec, and I can't remember. So, but yeah, it would be nice. It's a huge country, so it would be nice to go to Winnipeg, for instance. Yeah, to play. It's a really, of the little that we saw from the country, we really liked it, and we want to go there again and play. Absolutely.
And now we're going to get into some stuff about the new album you just did. How did you guys come up with the album title for All Heads Are Gonna Roll?
Well, it's a play of words with the classic Judas Priest classic song, "Some Heads Are Gonna Roll," and we're all Judas Priest fans, and we thought that it was just something that came up in my mind way before we even decided to make a new album. I had the title because I thought it was pretty cool. Instead of just "Some Heads Are Gonna Roll," I think it's better and more fitting for a death metal band that all heads are gonna roll. And I think it's a pretty fitting title for the album, because that's during the writing process of this album, that's how our mindset was, I would say. Like, all heads are gonna roll with this new album. So yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, that's awesome. Next one is, how did you guys come up with the All Heads Are Gonna Roll album art?
Yeah, we had some ideas, pitching ideas back and forth with the artist Giannis Nakos of Remedy Art Design from Greece. And I think that it was probably Eric who came up with the concept for this one. Yeah, with that view of that killer from behind, instead of just seeing the face of someone, and the church in the background and so on, and all the molested bodies chopped up around him. So yeah, it was Eric's idea, and Giannis put it. Decided on the colors and all that, and made it happen. It turned out really cool, I think.
I'll agree. The album art was killer and amazing.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the song Deepest Tomb, and who was the main composer used for it musically?
The Deepest Tomb, I wrote the music for that one and came up with the title, and Eric wrote the lyrics. Yeah.
Does the band have any band gear endorsements?
Yes, we do. I am endorsed by Tama Drums, Meinl Cymbals, Chadzi Copito, bass drum pedals, Vater drumsticks, and Captor triggers for my kick drum triggers. And the guitarists are endorsed by Solar Guitars, and I am not sure, but I think they also have some kind of deal with Seymour Duncan pickups. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite moments when in the studio?
I think when you hear when you've been working on a song and you put all layers of instruments, when you can start to hear the final result of a song, how it's actually going to turn out. That process and that moment, I really like that. To know that it's going to turn out awesome. That's I really like that. The actual recording, playing the drums, sometimes it's nice, but many times it's really frustrating, and you always think that you suck. Whatever you play, you suck. But in the end, turns out great. The same with this album. I was really dissatisfied to start with, but then when you put on the guitars and the vocals are there, and you hear everything properly mixed, when you hear the first draft of the mix and mastering of the album, everything is in the right place. It sounds really good. I'm really happy with the turnout, not only by my performance, but the other guys as well, especially Eric's vocals. I think that this is his best vocal performance ever, I think. So yeah, it's really good.
We got 4 more questions for the interview, and then we'll need the station IDs from you.
Right.
The 4th last question in the interview is, please give some drum tips or advice for starting out drummers.
Oh, okay. There are a lot of advices, but one thing is that don't hurry. Don't hurry, and understand that you cannot reach if you're going for playing death metal or extreme music, extreme drumming. It takes a lot of time to get the speed and stamina that you need. So don't throw away the sticks if you don't succeed within a year or two. What's most important is to have fun, of course, and to have try not to get disencouraged by the things that you cannot play, but have fun with the stuff that you actually can play. If you have that mindset, I think that your progress will, go a lot faster. Another good tip that I would give, that I did myself in my very early years when I started playing, was that because nobody taught me how to play drums, I kind of knew how I should do it when I started. I've seen drummers on TV and so on, and so I knew the very basics. But I'm self-taught, and the best teachers I had in the beginning was my favorite bands that I listened to. Put on the headphones and just jammed along to my favorite songs and favorite albums. Of course, you cannot play the stuff that Dave Lombardo does when you've just been playing drums for a couple of months, but you can still, play along with the stuff that you know. And all of a sudden, when you do something, like when I was playing with Iron Maiden, playing to Iron Maiden, I stopped and listened, because you get so focused on listening to what the drummer is doing. And there, Nick McBrain has these special drum rolls that he's doing, and I could not understand how he did that. But then I stopped somewhere and really, really listened, and so, oh shit, I figured it out. So that's the kind of stuff that you learn by listening carefully to other drummers, and play along to the music. And also that gives you, I think that gives you a better sense of playing together with other musicians, even though you're not actually playing with the musicians you don't have them in the room, but you I think you learn to listen to the other instruments while you are playing by doing this. So that's a very good tip I would give to young drummers starting out, or old drummers starting out, to play along with your favorite music. That's very, very I lost the word. It's great.
With all hits are going to roll out, being out, where can the album be purchased?
Where? Well, you can get it from the Vomitory web shop. There's a link from our website, which is vomitory.net, and you can get it, I guess, from all the major, mail orders or bigger record stores that has a good selection of metal, I would say, because it should be good distribution on the album. So that's it shouldn't be too hard to find. But if it is, you can always get it from our web shop, and we ship worldwide.
Does the band have any social media outlets it can be reached on?
Yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram, and we also have these bands in town and all that. But yeah, Facebook and Instagram, that's where you can find us.
And that leads us with the last question of the interview, and then I'll need the station IDs after that. What new band news do you have on the Vomitory front, as in anything we haven't talked about so far in this interview?
Well, right now, like last weekend, we did the last show of the year in the Netherlands at Eindhoven Metal Meeting. So now we're taking a break for a couple of months. So the next show is in Stockholm, Sweden, in the beginning of March. So during that time, we will try to start writing some new stuff. So that's what we have planned ahead in the closest future.
Right on. And that leaves us with the station IDs. The first one is, hey, this is your name of Vomitory, and you're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
Mangled Music Radio?
Yep.
All right. Hey, this is Tobias of Vomitory, and you are listening to Mangled Music Radio.
And the second station ID is for Craig's Metal Storm. You can come up with whatever you want in that one.
Oh, I'll do it like the same. Hello, everybody. This is Tobias of Vomitory, and you're listening to Craig's Metal
Storm.
Craig. Or is it DJ Craig? Or Craig's Metal Storm?
Craig's Metal Storm.
All right. Hey, everyone. This is Tobias of Vomitory, and you're listening to Craig's Metal Storm.
Cool. Thank you very much for the time, and thank you very much for the interview, man. It was a blast talking to you. Have a good one.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. We got